What I'm going to go through is a presentation of the OnTime group calendar. You might have seen it a few times before. Over time, we've added some new functionality to it, especially in the wake of the pandemic, and requests for hybrid workplaces have grown, and we've added some new functionality to it. There's going to be a demo. Now, I have worked with Domino since the early 90s. And OnTime is built on Domino. It's all built on Domino. Everything is there. And we've built the product since 1998. We have about 600,000 users worldwide. And we have business partners all over the world, primarily though in Europe and in Japan. We deliver it on mobiles and in a number of languages, most of the Nordic. We are missing Finland and Iceland, I see, but that perhaps could happen one day. So browsers, the notes clients, Verse, whatever, you use OnTime in every context that you want. Now, what it is, it's a group calendar. So what you're seeing here is basically just built on Domino. And I said just, well, my developers are going to kill me for that one. But this is Domino. We have a notes or Domino calendar behind this. We synchronize, we aggregate the data, and then we present it to the users. So what we do with that is we present what we consider a lightning fast group calendar that allows you to do scheduling across your groups, across your teams, across the world, basically. And we do that in multiple languages. We do it on a mobile device. We do it on any device, basically, that you would be using in your daily work. I need to do it the other way. And we mix environments. So if you are in a situation where you have a mix in your organization between Domino and Exchange, that might even be Exchange Online and Exchange On-Prem, you can mix it. And we've also done, with the help of HCL, we've integrated this. So in your notes client, you'd be able to do free time lookup inside the notes client across the environment. So we aggregate that data again, and then we allow you to do the lookup. The architecture behind all this, basically you got a Domino directory, you got an Exchange Active Directory, you got some mail files. We check whether something is happening in there. If it does, we look at it and say, well, it's a calendar update. We aggregate that data and we put that in our data database. With that, we have an API that assesses that when the user requests something. That means that if you want to do this, to do your own integration, that's also an option. I'll cover a couple of the interfaces in a minute. But this is what it is basically. And I could talk for hours about this, but this is what it is. Right. So the OnTime family consists of 6 basic areas, and then there's a lot in each one of them. Desktop, you've seen some of it here. Polarity allows you to vote, find the time. I'll give you a short demo of that one. Connections, we integrate into connections. So basically the best way to find an expert within a given area is within connections. So we let you search in there, and then we provide information about whether that person is available. I'm not going to cover that in detail, but call us. We'll be happy to present it. Mobile becoming ever more important. Most of our customers today are using our mobile interface to provide them information about calendar availability for their teams and their entire organization. Catering, an option to basically book the catering when you're booking a meeting, add catering to the meeting, and then allow you to cover the entire workflow around it. And our business API allows you to do integrations from other tools. We have a number of organizations basing their solutions on our API. So the an example of what we do with integration into connections. Basically, you're in a connections community, and we'll show you the availability. We'll also allow you to open this in a full-size window, and then start working with the calendar data in it, invite people, find availability. Now, we over the last couple of years, we've had a lot of questions about how can OnTime help us live in a more hybrid workplace, where three questions were top of mind. The online meeting support. People needed to be able to book Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, and WebEx meetings easily. They needed shared desks. Basically, we're seeing a lot of companies reducing their leases around, as people start having a different split of working from home and working from the office. So they need less workspace. They're now sharing desks, and they needed to be able to book these shared desks from different perspectives, find a space to work. One thing, find a way to work near to your extended team or your team, and find to be able to book simply equipment that works with what you've got, your computer, whatever. And then we've been asked about out of office. It's really about out of office. It's really about figuring out where are people today. Are they working from home? Are they working at the office? Are they out but then still in? So basically you can call them because they are working, but they're not just physically present in the office. Or are they out, which could be like on vacation? So a workflow system that would cover that. And now what we've done is we simply added the ability to OnTime, and simply is perhaps a little overstating it. You can use this with any version of Notes. It doesn't matter what version of Notes Domino you have. You can create your Teams meetings, your Zoom meetings, your WebEx meetings, static same time meetings, Zoom personal rooms. So you can use this with basically most of all the tools you might have, and set your passwords, handle all of that within OnTime. Shared desks. Get an overview of where are your shared desks, who will be sitting where in the organization. Do this by floor or do this by building. Figure out where people are and book it so that you know that you have a desk when you come into the office. If you need to reduce capacity at one point, you can also limit how many desks are available to people to book, and thereby control the availability. The workflow here is not necessarily the end of it, but this is just to illustrate the complexity of the workflow that we have added to our out-of-office solution. And the out-of-office solution is available either from your desktop or from your mobile device. So we've added that so you can both request an out-of-office approval, or you can even manage it. If you're a manager, you can either manage it from the desktop or from your mobile. Available everywhere you go, basically. The group calendar here, aggregated data. I've got a view here of 1 week. I could have multiple weeks if I wanted to. Switching here, toggling that around. I could do days, so I can basically select the time span that I want to see on screen. Now, I am looking at my Nordic marketing teams. If I wanted to see all people in the group calendar, I could go here and then say, well, we're going to do a presentation. So with the presentation we're going to do, I need to select a team that will be the presenters, and I want to communicate with that group and schedule meetings. So these will be the people that I need to work with. And I'm going to create a group of these people to work with them. So here's my group, NCUG presenters. All right. Oh, can't spell, but that's okay. There we go. And frankly, I'm going to share this group. So it's not only for me, they can use it as well. So these people who are in the group will have this group available to them. Don't have to call IT to have a group that we can share. I can just do it like this. So now I've got my Nordic presenters. It's a group that exists. I can check their calendars. It is updated as we speak. So whenever somebody changes something in their calendar, it will be updated within seconds, normally actually just 1 second. I can go here, select that, and say, let's get this started. All right, so I could find a room. I could add a Zoom meeting to it if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could. Instead, I'm just going to actually find a room where we will meet. So here are all the rooms that I have available. I could have selected it by location and floor, number of attendees. By the way, floor and attendees is something that we've added to the solution. So I'm good. I found this one. That's what I'm going to do. And going to send it out. Now that I have that, I just send it out. You will see that all of these people now have invitations in their notes mail files. But the problem is I also got an external speaker that I need to have attend a meeting. And how do I figure out when we can meet? So I know that we can meet here, but how do I get an external speaker in? Well, think about something like Doodle. We created a similar tool. So what we have here is a polling system. So poll for free time. All right. And I'm going to look at how is our availability internally. All right. I am going to find a couple of days. I don't particularly like that one, but I am going to add that. So now I've got 3 time slots where we can meet, and I am going to add Peter from XCO. And here he will be Peter Marketing. All right. So now I've got all I need to send it out, and I can now send that out, and I will have a poll, which I can follow the results here. There's a chat going on with the external people if they want to participate in that. And well, that was really what the video that didn't really work was all about.